Have you ever thought about what makes you motivated to learn language? Usually, most people felt motivated to learn language with one of these motivations, which are instrumental motivation and international posture.
According to Gartner, instrumental motivation is a learning goal related to the realistic advantage in being able to speak another language, such as high salary and better jobs. Meanwhile, international posture motivation related to someone's interest in a foreign language because of its international status.
If we may compare it with something, motivation is like the pedals of a bicycle. The bicycle will not work if you don't pedal your bike. It is the same for language learners. If they don't have any motivation, then their learning process will not have a good result. Have you ever imagined how your motivation might affect your language learning process? Motivation might influence your process in learning because when you are motivated to learn language, you are allowing yourself to set up a self-control strategy.
According to the Karmos, self-control strategy is a mechanism in which individuals plan and regulate their learning activities, and this involves the management of their thoughts, attitudes, action, and learning environment. Motivation is essential when someone wants to set their self-control strategy.
The effect of motivation has been experienced by Restianisa, one of language learners in Jakarta. She studied at Japanese Language Education Study Program in State University of Jakarta.
My language learning routine was a total mess. Maybe I didn't even have any specific routine for it. I just go to the classroom, hear my teacher talk, write notes, and when the class is over, then it's enough language learning for that day. I didn't have any motivation whatsoever to learn foreign language even until I got accepted at Japanese Language Education Study Program in State University of Jakarta. Then I realized the world changed rapidly, and in order to survive in this era, you have to make relations as broad as you can from all around the world. I want to survive. I want to be excellent in my job as a language teacher in the future. So I started to put more effort to my language learning process.
Another language learner also felt the effect of having a motivation. She is Juwita Aisyah Nurhayati, a student of English Language Education Study Program in State University of Jember.
I have a favorite teacher. She is my English teacher when I was in junior high school. I really like how she teaches, and she was able to make the class so enjoyable. She is the one who made me interested in English language. She said English is language of the world, and it really motivates me to have a good competency in writing and speaking English, as I want to travel all around the world.
So, we can say that if motivation is like the pedals of a bicycle, then self-control strategy is like when you are riding a bicycle. You use that pedals to go to your destination. The harder you pedal your bike, then the faster you will be. Do you know that your self-control strategy can lead you to become an independent learner?
According to the Karmos, an effective self-control strategy can determine how individuals prepare their study using learning research and information technology to independently develop their learning language skills. If you have an effective system and religiously stick to it, you will develop independent learning behavior. With a self-control strategy, you will be able to train yourself through managing your time, avoiding procrastination, organizing a learning schedule, and using learning resources such as books, ebooks, internet, and so on. Therefore, by doing this self-control strategy, you will get used to the independent learning behavior.
Self-controlled students will certainly be more organized and less likely to experience anxiety and boredom in learning. To compare it with another bicycle analogy, having a self control strategy to become an independent language learner is like using training wheels when you learn to ride a bike. It helps you to balance yourself and successfully ride a bike independently. The process for individuals to adjust themselves to become an independent language learner may take time, as Resti and Juwita experienced.
It's indeed hard to adjust myself at first, especially I often feel bored and sleepy when I study language learning. To overcome those situations, I always remind myself about my goals, and it helps me to regain the energy and motivation to learn. I stick a lot of bright, colorful post-it notes that contains word of encouragement of my textbook. And then for my time management, I have my daily activities journal. And before bed, I always take the time to organize my activities for the next day. So I won't be late for every assignment and still got time to learn language.
My strategy to learn language independently is that I will search for the materials through the internet or YouTube or any social media. Then, as I read or watch the material, I will write them in my notebook. I also like to attend scholarship seminars to boost my effort as a result of my motivation.
From motivation to a successful independent language learner. It is a journey that makes you figure out your goals and commit to it. And once you have that commitment, you will put all of your effort to organize yourself so you can develop and strengthen your curiosity in language learning. Therefore, you are able to seek the opportunity to learn in everywhere you go. And learning independently is no longer a burden because you have committed to achieving your goals. As you have seen before, some people have gone through that journey, and now it is your time to learn language and have your own journey.